How you doing? This is Brotha T. If you want to support the channel, we have t-shirts and other merch right there in the description. Just hit the link.
You were a star child, let your light shine for all the world. When you open your mouth to reveal a pearl, let it shine more, just to light the path. If it don't add up, man, just do the math. If it ain't for you, let it pass on through.
How you doing? This is Terrion Wilson, aka your boy Brotha T, here with another one. So we like to call this channel T's Life Tree, and on this channel we like to give you little pine cones of wisdom. If you don't know what that is, stick around, stay on the channel, you'll get it. So before we get into it, I need you to I need you to subscribe, because when you like and subscribe, we can continue to give you these pine cones of wisdom. Now, let's get into it. Today, we're going to talk about having a screw loose. We want you to have a screw loose. Just one though. Just grab, if your mind was nuts and bolts, right? And it was put together, I want you to have one screw halfway off. And I know you're thinking like that doesn't even make sense. It's not logical. In a way it is, I titled it like that so you can click on it, of course, but I'm gonna take it somewhere, because the connotation on that is that you're crazy and you don't, you know what I mean? You have some kind of mental issue. That's not what I'm going with that. What I'm trying to say is, don't follow what everybody else is doing. Sometimes deviate, take your own path to where you need to go. That's having a little screw loose. Following the crowd is a big thing. It's a big thing for people that are together in certain groups, right? Religious groups, families, if it's a close-knit family, people follow the same structure. They follow the same thought pattern. They follow the same paradigm. I use that word a lot on this channel because I want people to start using those type of words. Paradigm is the way we think, okay? Paradigm can be a group think as well. So if you're around other people and you all are making the same kind of choices, the same kind of things from day to day, you can create a paradigm. Now, that paradigm can also shift, right? So that's where I'm going with this. By having a screw a little bit loose, you're starting to shift the paradigm, especially if you're in a certain paradigm or a way of thinking that's not working for you. If you're in that and it doesn't serve you, meaning it doesn't make your life better, it doesn't make your life go forward, it doesn't propel you into your purpose or your path, sometimes you have to unscrew that a little bit and go a different path. The people that are still stuck in that same paradigm that you were in are going to look at you like you're a nutcase, right? Which goes back to that screw, right? Because they're going to look at that as you having a really legit have a screw loose, and they're going to see it and they're going to be, what are you doing? You know what I mean? And just stay on that path if you know in your heart, in your mind, that that's the right way to go. Now, there's certain decisions we can make using our mind. There's certain decisions we can make using our heart. But when you put both of them together and you go the same way, I'm telling you, you have a great chance of getting what you want in this life. So don't be afraid to unscrew one of those screws, do something different that deviates from the path. Now, you'll also have haters. Haters will stop at nothing to make you feel foolish for following a different way. I'll give you an example, and some of you are not going to like this example, but I don't care. I'm going to give you an example anyway. So let's say that you're looking at the presidential candidates and you're saying, well, I'm not feeling this side, I'm not feeling that side. I might vote as an independent, or I might not vote at all in this election. Now, there's a lot of people, because of groupthink, because of paradigm, because they're just accepting what they are fed from news networks and other places. They will sometimes project their anger on you because of this. You're messing up the you're messing up the plan here. You know what I mean? If you don't vote against that Republican, then you're the enemy. Or if you vote for the Republican, you're the enemy. If you vote independent, you might as well vote for the Republican. See, all that is just group thinking. Okay, have a little screw loose. I'm only using that example just because I needed a powerful example to illustrate how sometimes just the group can kind of, put blame on one person, right? When it's not really like that. You have a mind of your own. If you choose to be independent, be an independent. Don't let people guilt you into voting the way they want you to vote. And then 4 years later, we're talking about the same issues, which is a whole nother story for a whole nother time. We'll talk about that again later on. But don't be afraid to screw loose. When you're talking about your parents and your grandparents, they lived a certain way. They were taught certain things coming up. Some of these things got outdated. Some of those ways of thinking are no more. And some of those ways of thinking are still, but should be no more, in my opinion. They are going to offer big pushback because they were taught to do certain things in life. Let's say, for instance, you were, let's say you had a 9-to-5 job and you wanted to do something different. You wanted to be an entrepreneur. You wanted to just put yourself out there and really give it a go. And you had a means to do that. So where it's a safe transition, it won't really have you homeless or destroy your family's life. There are people in your family that would sometimes talk you out of it, and not because they don't want to see you succeed necessarily. It's because of what they were taught, the way they think. They were afraid to unscrew one of those screws, right? So they had them nice and tight. So they just did what they were told by their masters. And I know that was harsh, but I gotta get through to somebody out there. When people are telling you what you should like, I'm talking about the news networks, the media. And if you watch media or news, I'm not coming down on you and saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying be careful, because it can become a situation where you are literally being fed information. You're literally being told what to like. This is true. That's why they call it TV programming. They're programming you. Okay? So keep that in mind when you're trying to unscrew a little bit of one of those screws. We talked about the haters. We talked about the people in your family. We talked about the group thing. Okay. Now you can also be part of that problem as well. If you're trying to unscrew one of those screws, sometimes our subconscious, sometimes our self-doubt, fear, and we'll start tightening it back up, because we were comfortable being where we were. Okay. We wanted to go back to that secure feeling. Sometimes you got to step out there. You have to sometimes make yourself feel more comfortable with being uncomfortable, if that makes sense. I stole that from somebody, don't even know who, so I can't give out any credit. But, start making yourself comfortable with being uncomfortable at times, okay? As long as you're going forward in your path, your purpose, where you're supposed to go. Now, this has been your man, Brotha T. I'm going to get off of here. Just remember, man, it's okay. Have one of those screws loose a little bit, not a lot. Don't be crazy. Don't be out here doing crazy stuff. Cray. If you start being cray, and you try to blame it on me, I'm like, you missed the whole point, bro. So this is your man, Brotha T. I want to check you on the next one. I'm out of here, family. Peace.